All right, my sweet Virgos. Let's see. Let's do the feminine first. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the masculine has the Devil in reverse. So I'm getting that the feminine Virgos are not feeling quite financially secure in their material worlds. Maybe you're having to move around some of your finances and you're not quite feeling like the ends are coming together. And you could have been borrowing some money from family members or friends to get you through a little bit of a drought. And that's okay. We all need help sometimes. And she's looking away from the masculine, feeling a little bit insecure in how she's able to carry herself in a financial manner in the month of May. While over here, the masculine has the Devil in reverse. So I feel like he's going through a process of understanding and processing and withdrawing from some old habits and patterns of his that have been unhealthy and perhaps have run their course. And I'm getting an image of dieting for the masculine, that some of the masculine counterparts are needing to trim down from after the colder months if you're in the northern hemisphere, or having come out of some sort of a little bit of a depression where he wasn't taking quite the best care of himself. And in May, he's getting back on track with that. So that's where a lot of his attention is being focused. Move back over to the feminine side to see what is in her subconscious. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like whatever work the feminine is having to focus on in her daily life is sort of become a grind, and there's not much passion to it anymore where there could have been once in the past. And she's just sort of trudging through her day-to-day responsibilities, not really wanting to attend to these matters, but she does out of necessity. And I feel like this is sort of a drag on her creativity and her passion. And maybe there's a little bit of tiredness too for the feminine. So let's see what the masculine has in his subconscious. The Knight of Swords in reverse. Getting a little bit of frustration on the masculine side. Like he's wanting to charge forward towards the feminine, but there's this hesitancy. There's some sort of blockage or inhibition standing in his way. Because I feel like he's almost getting the sense that whatever he says doesn't come out right and sort of tips off the feminine. So there's this image of like walking on eggshells for the masculine, and he doesn't want to fight, but yet he doesn't know how to avoid it. So there's a little bit of frustration and a retraction coming from his subconscious. Let's move back over to the feminine conscious energies. Is the Chariot in reverse. So I'm getting this stuckness for the feminine, like she wants to charge forward in a new direction in her career and shout from the rooftops that she's excited about what she's doing, but she's just not there in this energy for the month of May. And it's a transient energy. This isn't forever, Virgo feminine. I feel like there is an exploration for you, feminine, of what your next career move is, like this tiredness of how you have been doing things, or the job that you've been working at, or your career direction. There's a feeling of stalling, or just not the excitement that you used to have over it to get out of bed to tackle your day-to-day activities. And there's going to be this process for you, feminine, in the month of May, for you to figure out, for you to get back to an inspired place in your life of what makes you feel happy, what direction you want to be putting your energy into that feels appropriate and good and right, and like it's the correct choice for you, like a good fit. So that's good news. But there's going to be some frustration, and this feeling of lack is going to be propelling that inner journey, that inner conversation for you. I'm going to turn this around. Okay, over to the masculine conscious energies is the Hierophant. So he wants to turn his world upside down, like the structures that he has been operating under and living with. I feel like he's done. He's done dealing with the organizations. He's done dealing with the foundations. He's done dealing with the authorities in his life that he's had to answer to for so long. And he's just not having it anymore. It's not important to him anymore. I just realized that all of your cards are reverse on both sides, the 3 and the 3, all reversals for both Virgo masculine and feminine. So the masculine is going through this process of trimming down to the essentials for him of what he values now in the moment, which is different from where he's been focusing his energy. And it's going to have a big impact on his everyday decision making and the direction of his life, of where he's going. And there could be some property that's being sold, a job change that he's considering to do something a little bit more unconventional or alternative way of making money. So cool. Good for him. I support that. Because it doesn't have the hook for him that it used to, like the draw of the big corner office, the draw of the big paycheck and sort of working for the man anymore. He wants to do something alternative and on his own, and sort of channel this frustrated energy into something that he's creating out of his past experiences and putting to use his skill level and his knowledge in a more tailored, unique way that he can be excited about. So I feel like both the feminine and the masculine are going through similar processes in May. But separately. I feel like it's they're not a conjoined energy for the most part. There could be some conversations around it together between the two of you. But I feel like it's a very internal process for both the feminine and the masculine, dealing with whatever is on their immediate plate of what they're needing to attend to on a daily basis, and whether or not that lights their fire individually for them outside of this relationship, if you are in a relationship, or outside of this partnership. Okay, so what does the feminine bring to the masculine? The Five of Pentacles in reverse. And the two fives. The Five of, that's the first flipped over card we had, upright card we had. So two fives. So I feel like towards the end of the month in May, the drought feeling for the feminine is going to be lifting. And she's going to be feeling more in control of her material world and her finances and her career direction, since the five is turned over. I feel like there's going, the help that she's getting throughout the month of May is going to put her in a new line of thinking of, like, there's relief happening in a financial sense that she's willing to accept. And maybe, she had to get to a certain point in accepting this help in her life, to sort of put her pride aside and be gratefully humble in accepting somebody's help in a way. And what the masculine brings to the feminine is, again, another sword energy. So this Knight of Sword, it's like the battle of the words. Is he's not quite sure, because he has so many changes happening in his foundational worlds, that he doesn't want to engage in these petty arguments with the feminine. So I feel like he's going to try to keep it very cool and kosher, so that he doesn't tip her off into some unknown wild direction, since you both may be feeling a little bit financially stressed in different ways. Because this doesn't feel good to him when you guys get into it in that way, of feeling like somebody's winning and somebody's losing in these conversations. So let's see what the conjoined outcome energies are. The Queen of Swords. So together, ultimately, I feel like you're both going to be cutting through your own crap throughout the month of May. And there could be a few little sticky conversations that need to happen. Also watch the Cancer video that I just did, because the feminine had this card on her side too, but it was upright. So do cross-watch the Cancer video, Virgo. Maybe I'll put it down in the description box for you. So you're going to be revealing and understanding together, coming together, a new, better, higher perspective of what the two of you can provide for each other, and also come together to accomplish with one another within your partnership, and what the partnership is designed for, of what your eventual intent is with one another. And it's going to be very clear cut towards the end of the month, once you each go through your own separate processes of sort of establishing yourself in your own way in something that you're each individually passionate about, outside of this partnership, outside of this relationship, and what the two of you can bring to the table to meld your energies into this force to be reckoned with out in the world as the Queen of Swords together, and what you're aiming and what you're setting out to accomplish as a team. Cool. I'm going to pull a Kuan Yin Oracle for you guys for your additional Oracle message. Do watch your rising sign and your moon sign videos as well. And thank you for being here. Like, share, comment below. I love hearing from you guys. What is that? It's an extra card. Okay, so Virgo, sun, moon, or rising sign, divine love, twin flame, soulmate, love oracle card. That one. Wow. She's playing a harp. I'll show you the imagery here. I know a lot of you guys watch these videos on your mobile devices, so I'll try to get nice and up close. It says, reveal the peacock beauty. The peacock is stunning in graceful and proud display. You too are a great beauty. Within you resides a glorious being of light with an ability to create. Your intentions, decisions, and particularly your words are becoming more powerful. Enjoy wise use of your creative power to express the beauty within you, asking for divine blessing upon your plans, projects, and words. How appropriate. So, yeah, the beauty within the feminine and the creative power. Getting back to what is your intention? What are your projects together? And how are you presenting yourself together as a unit out in the world using your words? Being clear, concise, and also loving together.